everybody. Welcome to the Grace Grella Show. I'm Grace Grella, your host, and as always, we're here because it's all about you, getting you into the positive zone, especially with all the negative energy flying around in the universe on Insta-scam. Oh, it's Instagram? Well, for me, it's been Insta-scam. So I want everybody to know that there's scammers out there that are sending out, pretending to be me, trying to get money out of you. And, you know, homie, don't play that. I don't work that way. So please know that the only way to book an appointment with me for a session or a reading is through my website, gracegrella.com, or email me, gracegrella@gmail, and we converse and schedule and figure it out between us that way. So those are the only two legit ways to schedule a session with me. You know, I ask Archangel Michael to just surround and protect everybody because it's really running rampant out there, not just me. So let's hope we can, like Stevie Winwood would sing, bring me a higher love. Let's try to level up their game, and they ceased and desist with trying to, it's cyber criminals. It's, you know, stealing your identity. It's just no fun. So let's think positive. Let's send that protective energy out there for everybody. And, you know, I'm not even worried about tonight because I've got the best energy with my special guest, the one and only Linda Alba. Linda from the heart. Hey, Linda, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Grace. How are you?
Great. I'm so glad you're back. Last time you were in the studio, and now we're zooming you in, and you're beautiful no matter which way it happens. So
thank you.
And I checked out your website, lindaalba.com, and I have to say it's absolutely gorgeous. Whoever did it did a fabulous job. And I was so intrigued about your animal Reiki. Could you talk about that for us, so people out there with their loved ones, because animals are our chosen family, and you know, how you assist them and how it works?
Absolutely. I work on people and animals. I love working on people, so I think that's great. But I really enjoy working on animals, and I especially enjoy working with the horses because it's just a whole different dimension. Never did I believe something like this was going to come my way when I started doing Reiki, and it just turned into, it first began when I worked on people, where I was feeling a lot of the, as an empath, I would feel where your pain was. So I switched that over to working remotely with people. And that is what helps me keep my energy level up and not, you know, crash after just one session. When I work with dogs, it's a whole different vibe. When I work with horses, it's a whole different vibe. They're different dimensions. And it's really very satisfying work. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do it.
Awesome. Well, it's that kind of energy and attention is needed by so many animals on this planet, for real. And I'm so happy that they're blessed to have you to address their needs, because that's to me is, I think, part of your soul's mission while you're here, you know, and because all animals are God's angels here on earth, as we know.
Absolutely.
Unconditional love. And so when they're on overload, they have you to turn to. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. So, Linda, when did you discover that you had the ability to communicate with animals?
It kind of came out of nowhere. And, you know, I was thinking of this before, and I was wondering myself. I had gone to a class with a woman who works with horses, and she brings you there to empower you and like you go through exercises. And well, actually, let me back up. The first time I realized it was when I got my dog Eddie, who is a rescue dog. He was the bait dog in a fighting ring. and I started doing Reiki on him. And when I did, I thought, like, did I imagine that? Does his hip really hurt? So I kind of did the little poke test, not poke, but just the 2 fingers to see the reflex. And as I worked on him, the doctor he says, wow, he's really getting so much better. I was like, okay, I didn't tell him. As I went along, I came to work on others. And then when I worked on the horses, there was no denying it. You know, I did it secretly as I do most anything. And when I worked on the horses, there's just no denying it. It just, you go with it. If you go with it and you believe in it and you watch for the signs, it's just really amazing work. It really is.
And I do Reiki as well myself. And
Yes.
I know it's just something that you can sense in the energy field. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm smiling because I know exactly what you're speaking about, you know, but to someone who hasn't experienced energy healing, it could seem incredulous, you know, like, wow, how does this happen? And I try to explain to people, I said, well, think of static electricity. When, you know, you're dragging your feet against the carpet and then whoosh, you get a shock, okay? That's energy,
Exactly.
right? So the
Yeah.
energy that we can create and radiate and transfer to others is palpable. And as I tell everybody, it's like getting a charge. It's like charging up your electric car. You know, you might fill it up with energy, but it's going to keep going for a while. You know, it'll last. And I've found with my Reiki healings that people say, you know, Grace, it kicked in like 2 days later. I felt it when you gave me the energy, but 2 days later, boom, that's when it really kicked in. So universal energy has a mind of its own. It's its own intelligence. So all we have to do is special deliver it, and the universe takes care of it. So that's what I love about it anyway. And hopefully,
absolutely.
hopefully we can give Mary. Mary, you still on the phone? Mary, where'd you go to?
I'm here.
Hi, Mary. How can we help you tonight?
How are you today?
Oh, we're great.
Good. I just wanted to ask you a question. My mom passed March 13th of this year. Just wanted to know if she's okay and if she's around.
Well, okay. Well, first, sorry for your loss, Mary. But physically, you lost her. She's still with you 24/7.
Okay.
And especially, I'm hearing on Easter, she made an appearance, or she got your attention.
Okay.
Something to do with, did something happen with your oven in your kitchen on Easter?
It wouldn't start right away. We got it to work, but it took its time.
Okay. So she, that's how she was trying to get your attention. Like, whoa, yo, slow down. I'm more important than the food. Okay. She says she's happier now because she felt that she was too much of a burden to you. You were taking care of her at the end, right?
Yeah, for the past 4 years, yeah.
Yeah. So she's saying she's happy that she's like released from the burden that of you taking care of her. She was very much an independent dynamo kind of a lady.
Yeah.
And she didn't like being restricted, and because she said it's like you had to wait on her hand and foot. She said.
I did. She wound up having a bed sore, which she was confined to bed. She couldn't do anything.
All right. So this is what she's saying. So thanks for the validation. And so she's released and relieved, is what she wants you to know, Mary.
Okay.
And she's going to give you lots and lots and lots of signs, other than the oven going on slow-mo. Because, you know, your mother could not just, she always has to have the last word.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. So, Linda, you want to chime in here, honey? You feeling anything, or?
Actually, as soon as Mary said, my mom passed, I heard, what's it with the yellow flowers? Is there something to do with the yellow flowers around you recently?
right after she passed, I went to the cemetery a few days later, and I took yellow flowers to her.
She's like, what's with the yellow flowers? She had a nice sense of humor. I would have liked her. Well, as Grace said, she's exactly where she's supposed to be. She's happy. She's relieved. She's
Okay.
she's so grateful for all that you did for her as well. And I guess in her own way, she's recognizing that you left her yellow flowers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So you got signs from two of us, honey. I said
Yeah.
two Aries gifted women on the same show. You know you're going to get your 411, right? Okay. So as Linda with the lovely yellow flowers said, okay. And at the oven, nothing says lovin' like something from the oven.
Yep.
So just be aware and keep your eyes open, because love will find a way. That was a good song. And your mom will always find a way to make sure that you know she's around, honey.
Okay.
But thanks for calling in.
Thank you very much.
All right. God bless. Have a great night, Mary.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I love that, Linda. That was awesome. That she chose
What's
to.
with the yellow flowers?
Yeah, because that's the same personality and energy that I'm hearing in my head, right? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
What's with the flowers? Yeah. And
Like they were her favorite, maybe not mom's favorite color, but you know.
yeah, well, P.S. It wasn't her favorite color. Her favorite color was purple. Okay, Patricia, are you there? Yoo-hoo.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so happy I got through.
We're happy you got through too, Patricia. How can we help you tonight?
I'm just hoping and praying that somebody wants to talk to me or has anything to say to me.
Well, the first thing that I'm hearing, is your dad on the other side? Did he pass over?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm hearing, I'm hearing the prayer, "Our Father who art in heaven," but it's like your Father who art in heaven coming through. And was this 3 years ago that he passed?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, just checking. That's what he's telling me. And he says, but it feels like yesterday, he said. And he says he knows it feels that way to you too. And he's been trying to get through to you in your dreams, Patricia, because he says you're very strong-willed. Was your father Italian? Because he says gabados, which is thick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, because he says, my daughter's gabados, meaning thick-headed, and he's trying to get through to you. And he said, you're always, your mind's going a mile a minute on 5 different projects, he said. So he
Yes,
tries,
that's
why he tries to come through to you while you're dreaming in your sleep, because at least then he's got half a chance, and he laughs, okay? And he said, did he used to love for Easter having the Italian grain pie? Pizza rustica or whatever this is? Or did you have it? Did you have that this Easter?
No, but my father used to love Italian cookies. I don't know if he's telling you that because he lived off of them.
Yeah. Well, DS cookies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He showed me those too, but he also shows me a pie, but it looks like the Italian grain pie with ricotta and he says prosciutto and all these delicious ingredients. He says he missed being here for Easter, he said, because the food is always good at your house, by your house, he said.
Yes, thank you, yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, are you one of 4 in the family?
Yeah.
Okay, he tells me that too. So, okay, we got your dad. It's really him. This is called what's known as evidential mediumship, where you give, nothing but the facts, ma'am. So you can say, yeah, I relate to that. I know that's my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Linda, are you feeling anything from him that you want to share?
I had also gotten a gentleman, but I wasn't quite sure if it was the father or uncle, which maybe would be godfather. But the first thing I heard was, who's Patsy? Did they call you Patsy or somebody else called Patsy?
No,
Patricia?
but my uncle just passed away.
Was he Patsy?
No, he used to call me Patricia.
Okay, I believe it's somebody else in the family or maybe on the block that was called Patsy. I also had a gentleman with dark hair. Is that who would describe your father?
It could describe another person that passed away, but my dad, I mean, when he was younger, had dark hair.
Okay, this is a father or a father figure, so it was either your father or your uncle. And then I heard something about new work. I wrote down change job or new work. I don't think it's changing jobs. Is there somebody that's trying to develop, maybe a side gig and doing something new in terms of trying to bring in some money?
My daughter just started a new job. And
Okay.
her husband
Is it
passed.
completely new to her? Like it's not the area that she was in?
Completely new.
Okay, well then that's who it was. The gentleman was referring to that, so that came from him. So he just wants to acknowledge that yes, indeed, he is there and here. And he knows about your daughter's new job. Did she only start like 2 or 3 weeks ago?
No, longer than that.
I see the number 2-3.
It's been a little longer than that, yes.
Okay, so 2-3 would be 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months, or February or March. That's what is my. That's
Probably.
where I get the 2-3.
Yep. Maybe 2 to 3 months would have been hidden. Yep.
Okay.
Linda, you got to realize you're speaking with a Capricorn, so it's got to be precise.
I gotcha. Okay. That was what I got. So again, we're pretty much in the same area, Grace.
Yeah, you're on point, honey. You know what it is, Patricia? Sometimes, and especially for Capricorns, you're so detail driven, and you're always the boss and the crown on your head, and nothing but the facts. Thank you very much. And so sometimes you already in your mind are fixated on, all right, this is the lineup of what I need to hear or what I want to hear or how it's going to roll. So
Right.
It's about trying to get into the flexible zone a little bit, because this work, honestly, Patricia, isn't always very exact and succinct like your brain. Okay?
No, exactly. You're hitting it exactly, because there was somebody that I really was hoping. So you're hitting it. You are hitting it exactly of what I'm feeling. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's and that's why we all have, as intuitives, like Linda was trying to explain. She has her way of interpreting information from the other side. And she's been working it long enough that she knows, okay, it usually means either 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months, but it's within that variable, it's going to happen. So, but the information is spot on about your dad. I mean, he's just adorable. And I think Linda was spot on about picking up on your uncle. And there's also something to do with... Who's Ronnie? Either Ronald or Veronica? Like a cousin energy.
I have somebody else, not Ronnie, but it starts with an R. Richie.
But that's on the other side?
Yes.
Okay. Did he die 5 years ago?
No.
All right, then this is somebody else. Your dad was specific. He said 3 years, and you said yes, that was true.
Yeah.
So this Ronnie is the name I'm hearing. So it could be Veronica, it could be Ronald, but I know tomorrow, bing, it's going to pop into your head, and you're going to remember who this is saying hello and giving you a shout out from Above with Love as well. They all want you to try to lighten up, do the lighten up, do. Archie Bell and the Drells. They all want you to do the lighten up here, Patricia, because you've been too stressed out, babe.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, well, your father wants you to have a martini. Shake it, not stirred. Did he love James Bond or something?
I don't know. He could have, but I didn't know that.
You didn't? All right. Well, I think he did, because he keeps showing me James Bond, but James Connery. And he shows me a martini. He says, in other words, saying you should relax.
Okay.
You don't have to have alcohol to relax, but apparently he thinks that's a good idea. And good spirits are with you, literally and figuratively here. So is there any last question you wanted to ask before we have to let you go?
No, thank you so much for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's our joy and our pleasure, for real and for true, Patricia. And please pay attention to your dreams, because that's how your dad's trying to speak to you and give you information. Keep a ledger or a little notebook or a piece of paper by on the nightstand, so when you wake up and it's fresh in your mind, you can jot things down, and that will help you. I
will. Thank you so much to both of you.
Okay, lots of love, honey. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and we have Kristen. Hey, Kristen, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, how can we help you tonight, Kristen?
Hey, Grace. I was calling. I wanted to see if someone very close to me that crossed over not too long ago can come through to me.
Why do I keep seeing, was this a young man?
Yes.
And anything with Dave or David connected to him?
No.
I see the star of David, so I don't know why. So if it's not a name, it could just be that now he's a star in the sky, okay? And there's that song by Coldplay, "'Cause You're a Sky Full of Stars." Every time you hear that song, it's him saying hello to you. I'm hearing to say to you.
Okay.
Also, was this an accidental passing?
Yes.
Because he says he didn't mean to go. He didn't want to go. This was an accident, I'm hearing. And were drugs involved, do you know?
No.
Excuse me?
No, they weren't.
Because when the moment of passing, he gives me the feeling or energy that he wasn't lucid. He wasn't with it. It was like being under the influence of something.
No.
Well, that's how he felt. So, just before he passed. So, he didn't suffer, maybe, is what he was trying to get across to you.
Okay.
But he said sometimes with accidental passings, he says it could be painful. It wasn't for him. And he gives me, again, he gives me this like woozy feeling. So I guess it was just a blessing. It's like lights on, lights off. Now you're here, now you're not. Linda, are you picking up anything from the sky?
As soon as she said, I'm hoping to speak to someone who passed recently, I did get young man as well.
Yeah.
I felt the whoosh, and I heard and saw water. Was water involved? Was he either in the water or near the water when it happened, Kristen?
No.
How did
Okay,
he
the
die,
number
Kristen?
23. I'm sorry?
Kristen, how did he die? Automobile?
A motorcycle.
All right, motorcycle, automobile, okay. And do you know, was he, wherever he was riding this motorcycle, was like right by the water or something along these lines?
No, it was a highway.
It's a highway.
Well, he showed me the side of the road. He showed me the water. And I also heard the number 23. I don't know if he was 23 years old or if that references February 3rd in that area.
He passed away on February 24th of last year.
Oh, there you go, Linda. Okay. It's really him. He's coming through. He wants you to know that it was quick. It was like lights on, lights off. Music meant so much to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that's how he connects to you from the other side when you hear your songs, I'm hearing. Now, were you engaged to him?
He's my husband.
Oh, okay. Because he shows me an engagement ring.
He had just bought me a new wedding ring not too long before that.
Oh, okay. That's why. Because now he's singing Beyonce. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. And he shows me the engagement ring. And I see 2 children, honey.
We have 2 children.
You have 2 children? All right. So that's why he's showing me the 2 children. He's showing me the ring. These are things, he's, again, the evidential thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. He's trying to give you the information so you know it's really him. And Linda telling you that he passed in February, and almost the exact date, what, the day before, Linda?
Oh, no, I think there were about 20 days between, but I heard 23.
Yeah.
I felt an impact to my chest, and I don't want to bring you through this because I know it's traumatic, but I felt an impact to my chest, almost as if the bike hit something in the road and he went over it. This was not his